Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the late night edition of the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram on Saturday. In this Cricket Happening Show, I'm going to talk about the second T20 match between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. And today, Pakistan also, by winning the T20 series today, it was a match which was close. Probably one thought that for everything was over for Pakistan. It's a stage when Sri Lanka, after making 172 for 7, batting first of the 20 overs, had reduced Pakistan to such a situation where there were absolutely no hope, because they were 40 for 5 in the 8th over, and it looked like everything was lost for Pakistan. But what a way! I mean, look at it. In fact, from there on, we saw Shahid Afridi getting into the act, showing all his experience with a knock of 45, 22 balls with 1 4 and 4 sixes. Imad Wasim, the youngster, providing a real flourish to the innings. In fact, I would say, because the flourish to the innings was definitely provided by Anwar Ali, because he came in when it was, even though Shahid Afridi had retrieved it to some extent by taking the score to 107 for 7 in the 15th over, still there was a lot of work to do. 64 runs were required. But what a way Anwar Ali played. In fact, Anwar Ali, as I said, was the man who really played with a real flourish, I would say. And Anwar Ali was the man of the match, as he made 46 runs of just 17 deliveries with 3 fours, and he clattered 4 sixes. Imad Wasim was the one who was there in the end to clatter a 6 into the crowd to actually pick up an unbeaten 24 or 14 balls with 2 fours and 1 6, and where there was probably one thought that Sri Lanka would have leveled the T20 series. It all ended up with a whimper for Sri Lanka, as Pakistan, with 4 balls to spare, even though they had lost 9 wickets, thanks to Shahid Afridi, Imad Wasim and Anwar Ali, won the match in brilliant fashion, I thought. Not only did they win the T20 series, and this was a very, very successful successful outing, or the tour of Sri Lanka for quite a long time, as they won everything. They won the Test series, they won the One-Day series, they did the T20 series, the clean sweep of the T20 series, and what more can one expect? So Pakistan really, really putting the best foot forward here, winding up their tour of Sri Lanka in a very, very gallant manner, one could say. Now, so congratulations to Pakistan. They have done a wonderful job. The youngsters have been really coming to the party, and Pakistan now really looking like, they're really getting into the groove here, even though they have got a lot of retirements, as we all know. But I think Pakistan are really getting there right now. So let's have a look at the card here. Sri Lankans were the ones who actually batted first here at the Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. The start was not good at all. Dilshan was the first to go of the bowling of Anwar Ali for 10 of 8 balls with 2 fours. Kushal Pereira, he collected 19 of 14 balls with 3 fours, because and this time he definitely went through the stage of the pace bowlers, but Shoaib Malik actually clean bowled him for 19 of 14 balls with 3 fours. After that, we saw today there was a debut for I think it was Sanat Jayasurya's son, Shehan Jayasurya, and there were 2 debutants today. In fact, we saw Sanat Jayasurya's son, Shehan Jayasurya, making his debut, and really showed that he can really play some very good strokes, as he made 40 of 32 balls with 3 fours and 2 sixes, becoming victim of Tanveer. And we saw Dhananjay De Silva, who was bowled by Afridi for 14 or 15 balls with 1 4. Tisra Pereira, once again, I thought he has been a big failure in this particular series. He was cheaply dismissed for 1 by Shoaib Malik. And then Milinda Srivardhana, once again showing that he is a player to be watched, as he made 23 of 19 deliveries with 1 4 and 1 6. But the real impetus was provided by Chamara Kapigadra to get the Sri Lankan total on to 172, as he clattered 48 of just 25 deliveries, 2 fours and 4 sixes. And Chamara Kapigadra, I thought, has really been doing his job, that he's actually probably one has been expecting him for quite a long time, but he's really getting up, I would say, really coming up with the goods at the right place at the right time. And Shanaka was another person who actually made a debut today, MD Shanaka, and he was run out on 7 of 4 balls with 1 4, and Sri Lanka finally finished at 172 for 7 of 20 overs, which was an 8.60 runs per over. Now the bowling for Pakistan, Anwar Ali got taken for 40 runs with 1 wicket to his name. Tanveer was clubbed for 44 runs of his 4 overs with 1 wicket. Shoaib Malik did an excellent job, I thought. 3 overs, no maiden, 2 for 16. Irfan, 4 overs, 1 for 31. Afridi bowling 4 overs, 1 for 30, bowled well. Imad Wasim only bowling 1 over for 8 runs. Now Pakistan, as I said, were in reply. They started off their chase here, and well, they had a disastrous start, I would say, because first both the openers were sent back to the pavilion. It was Binura Fernando who struggled in the first T20 matches, you know, when he made his debut, but this was his second T20 match, and we saw that in fact, and also one more thing that in fact Binura Fernando, the left-arm pace bowler, was the one who gave them a double breakthrough by sending both the openers into the pavilion. First he sent Ahmed Shahzad into the pavilion by clean bowling him for 7 of 8 balls with 1-4, and then Mukhtar Ahmed was sent back to the pavilion, caught by Kapugadra of the bowling of Fernando for 4 of 7 balls, which made it 16 for 2. And then we saw an ugly run out from Mohammad Hafiz with some good fielding coming in from the Sri Lankan fielders, and suddenly there was a spring in the step for the Sri Lankans as Pakistan's score was reading 33 for 3 in the 6th over. Shoaib Malik was at the crease, but then Milinda Srivardhana had Shoaib Malik, he dragged Shoaib Malik out of his crease and had him stumped by Kushal Pereira for 8 of 12 balls. Umar Akmal, who did some big hitting in the previous match, failed as he was run out. So there were Mohammad Hafiz and Umar Akmal run out, and suddenly it was looking like everything was lost because Shoaib Malik was gone and Pakistan were really struggling at that score of 40 for 5, chasing 172, and one thought that it was curtains for Pakistan as far as this T20 match was concerned, and one thought probably Sri Lanka is going to level the series. But we all knew that there was one man there who was in the middle, and that was 1 wicket they needed. It was still not over. Pakistan still had a hope, because as long as Shahid Afridi would stay at the wicket, one knows that a match is not over. And Shahid Afridi was there, and he was along with Mohammad Rizwan. Mohammad Rizwan was only giving company, but Shahid Afridi really took the attack to the rival camp. Once Shahid Afridi came, there was a real change in the complexion of things, because from 40 for 5 in 8 overs, the score had actually galloped to 101, with Shahid Afridi playing only in the way that he is known to play, and he was getting good company from Rizwan. But then Rizwan, with the score reached, when Shahid Afridi was playing very well, hitting a lot of 4s and 6s, it was Mohammad Rizwan who was gone, bowled by Pereira for 17 of 18 balls with 1-4. That left Shahid Afridi along with Imad Wasim. Imad Wasim came in, and Imad Wasim also wasted no time. He started hitting the boundaries because the asking rate was too high, and 101 for 6 when Mohammad Rizwan was out. That was in the 14th over. Once Rizwan was out, Shahid Afridi had already done a good job here for Pakistan, because what he had done is he had taken the score past the 100 mark, but he himself succumbed as Shehan Jayasuriya clean bowled him for 45 of 22 balls with 1-4 and 4 sixes. When Shahid Afridi went, probably Sri Lanka once again had started nurturing the hopes that they were in with a chance here. But all those hopes were totally shattered by this pair of Anwar Ali and Imad Wasim, who really went berserk, I would say, because from 107 for 7, Shahid Anwar really showed what a powerful hitter he can be. But also I would say that the Sri Lankan bowlers were really not bowling in the right areas. We saw Tisra Pereira bowl a lot of full tosses. We saw Binura Fernando ending up with a lot of full tosses, and that was not good to see. I thought basically I would really blame the Sri Lankan bowlers for bowling a lot of loose stuff, and that was what was dispatched to the boundaries and over the boundary, and that was done by Anwar Ali, who really took the attack to the Sri Lankan camp as he made 46 of just 17 deliveries with 3 4s and 4 6s, and he had brought Pakistan very close with that particular knock. I mean, look at what he did. He came in when Shahid Afridi departed at the score on 107 for 7, but as I said, the match was still not done. There was still a long way to go, probably around 65 runs still to get. And look at the way Anwar and Imad Wasim combined and started really I would say really belting the Sri Lankan bowlers. as they took the score. So I'm just trying to see, I mean, if you look at it, it is basically we are looking at almost 24 to 27 balls in which Anwar and Imad Wasim have almost made, I would say, 59 runs. So that was pretty good going, and that was what won the match. But we saw that when the score at 165, we saw that they lost the wicket of Anwar Ali, who was caught by Pereira of the bowling of Malinga for 46 of 17 balls with 3 fours and 4 sixes. Sohail Tanvir came in, and suddenly there was once more drama as Sohail Tanvir was run out in the last ball of the 19th over for just one run. So that made it 9 for 167. So it was the atmosphere was absolutely electric at the Premadasa Stadium in Colombo, because Sri Lanka would have thought, because what has happened is once Sohail Tanvir was out, it was because they had crossed ends, I suppose. Mohammad Irfan had to take strike for the first ball of the 20th over, when they had 6 runs to win, and the bowler was Binura Fernando. So Binura Fernando was entrusted with the task. The left-arm pace bowler was entrusted with the task of actually defending 6 runs for Sri Lanka. The first ball that he bowled, the good thing, as I said, there was definitely a chance for Sri Lanka there, because 6 runs were required, and it required Mohammad Irfan was the man who was actually at the other end. So that would have been a lot of pressure on Pakistan. But I thought Mohammad Irfan did well to eke out a single. So that single really enabled, that really enabled Pakistan to win the match, because Imad Wasim, who was already well set, came onto the crease, and Imad Wasim decided that he is not really going to wait, because he knew that Mohammad Irfan is a doubtful customer. He just swung his bat of the second ball, and the ball went sailing into the stands for a mighty 6. And what a victory for Pakistan. Imad Wasim playing a very good hand there, an unbeaten 24 of just 14 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6, clinching the match for Pakistan, and Pakistan winning the match by just 1 wicket. What a match we had here at the Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. And as I said, this also brought an end to this particular Sri Lankan tour of Pakistan, which was a very successful one for them, as they won the test series, they won the one-day series, and they also won the T20 series in style. And the player of the match went to Anwar Ali of Pakistan, and player of the series went to Shoaib Malik for Pakistan, because of his all-round performance with both bat and ball. Now let's have a look at the Sri Lankan bowling figures here. Binra Fernando, the pace bowler, 3.2 overs, no made and 2 for 33. I thought after putting up disappointing performances on his debut, I thought he learned a few lessons, and he took 2 wickets for 33. He was the one who dismissed both the openers, so that was good going for Binra Fernando. But we definitely saw that Binra Fernando really had some real nerves there when he was bowling the final over. It was early days for Binra Fernando, especially an youngster making his only playing his second match of his international career, and Imad Wasim swung him for a 6 to complete the match. Jayasuriya 4 overs, no made and 1 for 37 on his debut. Tisra Pereira 4 overs, 1 for 27, bowled well. Milinda Srivardhana bowled 2 overs, no made and 1 for 17. Jeffrey Vandersay, the leg spinner, 2 overs, went for 19. So Lasith Malinga 4 overs, no made and 1 for 40, the captain of the Sri Lankan team. And the Pakistan tour of Sri Lanka ended in a very, very successful manner. As I said, they won everything that they came their way. They came to Sri Lanka. I thought I would probably put a slogan like this: they came to Sri Lanka, they saw it, and they conquered it, because they won each and everything. They won the Test series, they won the one-day series, and now they have won the T20. And they would go with their heads high when they troop back to Pakistan. I'm sure they should be catching their flight back home tomorrow from Sri Lanka to Pakistan. And Pakistan, you really deserve a lot of credit. You have come to Sri Lanka and beaten them in all the facets, and that is a very, very creditable performance. The Pakistani youngsters are looking really hungry, and I think this particular tour is showing that Pakistan are really showing that now they really have some blossoming youngsters in their particular lineup. So keep it up, Pakistan. So that is as far as that match is concerned. Now, just moving away from here, the Bangladesh versus South Africa match Unfortunately, once again we saw the second successive day being rained out, which was pretty sad, and one only hopes there will be play tomorrow. One does not know. So other than that, the only news that I would like to share before I leave the Cricket Happening show is that for the 4th test matches, James Anderson is not there. We see that they have decided to include Mark Footitt, the left arm pace bowler, into the mix, and also Liam Plunkett has also been included. So that is the news which is coming in as far as England are concerned, with the 4th test match between Australia and England. So that was one news that I wanted to cover. Well, other than that, in the 14-man squad he has been included. Well, dear fans, friends of time, Adam Lith, as really I would say, is pretty lucky that he is going to be a part of the 4th test match between England and Australia. Well, dear fans, subscribers, I think it's time for me to say good night on this particular cricket show today, and I'll be meeting you all tomorrow, that is on Sunday, on the next Cricket Happening show. Unless and until I see you again, it's good night. Thank you.